Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Great people, welcome back to Global Happenings today. During the inauguration of the new governor of Anambra State, talking about Professor Charles Saludo, something very dastardly happened, and it has to do with call it a fight between Mrs. Obiano and Bianca Ojukwu. And based on the comments thus far on the social media and what some key personalities have said, it points to the fact that um, it that particular scenario may likely affect the choice of Ndigbos for presidency come 2023, and that is why Hannes and Ndigbo have risen to their responsibility to speak out about what actually happened and how that should not affect Igbo presidency come 2023. We're going to be looking at their standpoint and also consider some of the reactions of the people in that respect. But before we do that, if you've not subscribed to our channel, please do well to hit on the red subscribe button and also on the bell icon so that you get notification anytime we publish our videos. Now, according to the news, the Apex Igbo Sociocultural Organization, Hannes and Ndigbo Worldwide, has said that the fight between the wife of the ex-Anambra State Governor, Ebele Obiano, and widow of the late Chukwuemeka Odomegu Ojukwu, Bianca, should not affect Igbo chances of producing Muhammadu Buhari's successor. Ebele and Bianca had clashed on Thursday during the swearing-in ceremony of Governor Charles Chukwuma Soludo. And speaking to Sunday Punch, the Ohaneze National Publicity Secretary Chief Alex Bonaya said that the public fight between the duo does not represent the Igbo people. According to him, he said, any person who uses that incident between Bianca Ojukwu and Ebele Obiano to join the Igbos is not being fair, or to judge the Igbos is not being fair. We have to be sensitive. It is very unfortunate that one would use what happened between the two women to judge Igbos, especially in relation to presidency come 2023. Ogbonna, however, added that the group would make some moves to settle the two ladies, as Mrs. Obiano's husband Willie is currently in detention of the Economic and Financial Crime Commission (EFCC). He stated that Ohaneze will only get involved if the bad blood between the duo persists. Ogbonna said that on the reconciliation of Ebele Obiano and Bianca Ojukwu, I want to believe that with time that matter will be over. Two people will always quarrel and they will reconcile. It is hoped that time will heal whatever wound that they have inflicted on themselves. It is not expected to be a prolonged quarrel, so by the grace of God, it will end like that. But if we discover that it continues, for example, if after today Mrs. Obiano begins to make some comment or Bianca begins to make some comment, that is when it becomes so obvious that the matter is still lingering. By next week, they should be sympathetic to each other. It is only when there is a lingering crisis that there is need for reconciliation. That is what Ohaneze have to say. But I'd like to throw the question to us. Do you think that the attitude by these two women can in any way affect Nigeria reconsidering Igbo presidency? But for me, I think this is quite very individual. You understand? Though I know that there's a lot going on in the southeast, for example, on a daily basis, we hear a lot of criminal activities going on there and all of that. But for me, it would be wrong for you to use that to judge. The reason why I said that is because even Buhari, before he came on board as the president of Nigeria in 2015, there were issues of criminality and terrible happenings, in the northern part of Nigeria. Boko Haram was on rampage. There were terrible happenings on a daily basis. Banditry was on the increase and all of that. If that did not affect the northerners from presenting a candidate and that candidate being accepted by Nigerians, I think it would be totally wrong for two people to have clash between themselves and you are using it to judge the entirety of a tribe. as much as we know, if you want to also look at the achievement side of the Ndigbos, there are myriads of them in different stratas of life, in different, industries, in different sectors of the economy, who are doing superbly well. So you have to put it, side by side. Two women has just fought, but don't forget that we have the likes of E-Money, we have the likes of this other young guy who just buried their mother. We have the likes of APs. We have Koskaris. I mean, name them. There are millions. These are even the frontliners. We also have others who are behind the wheels, making the economy of this individual state to prosper greatly. So using that as a yardstick to judge why they should decline giving them Igbo presidency, for me, is totally wrong. I don't think that anyone who will be speaking in that direction is wise at all, because this is just, call it a quarrel between just two women, and those two women have not influenced this country in any way. Neither have they also influenced Southeast in any way. So for me, I totally condemn such consideration if it ever been considered. That's where I like to leave it. But go to our comment section. Do you think that that fight or that quarrel between the two women, Bianca Ojukwu and Mrs. Obiano, that's Ebele Obiano, can stand as a stud against Igbo presidency? Let's interact in our comment section.